was there, and he was like, "Yo, why you love watching that show so much?" And I was like, I went to him and I picked up a hammer and I was like, I'm gonna break this and go in the TV and be in that show one day. And my dad was like, nah, 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 no, you're not. He took the hammer, put it down. But when I got older, I started realizing like exactly what I was trying to
That was the
convey.
box
You know
TV
what I'm
too,
saying?
B. That was the box
We
TV
were
too.
escaping out. They were always escaping and going into the TVs during that time. Commercials, sitcoms. Like, hey, they'd be
Yo, you
like,
might have fit in there if you'd have.
they looking at you from the screen like, you looking at me? Yeah,
The box TV, bro.
Word
I
to
see you.
forward.
but you're a show. Like, yeah. How you talking to me?
My bad, I had to.
Nah, you good, yo, you good, you good, you good. That's a good point though. Nah, you good.
Yo, you might have hit that shit. It might have hit you back.
I know them strong ass TVs. You could drop it down the stairs, it still don't shatter. Yeah, nah, you
They got a Bronx jacket, a Queens jacket, and a Brooklyn jacket.
Yeah, you might as well, right? And then you can have them all.
Yep, I have 4 different jackets, and I just paid off $100 every 2 weeks.
We're good, Rich. We're rolling. You could introduce the pod. I didn't
All right.
sneak up on you this time.
Yes. Testing. You can hear me right.
Yeah, everything is perfect. You look perfect.
So, what's up, everybody? This is your boy, Richard Picasso. I'm just looking at the time here. I'm here with G Out of Character. This is episode
Hey,
50,
yo.
what?
55.
55.
55. And it might be 55, 56, and 57, depending on what time our guest arrived. Because
Yes.
if me and him sit here for an hour, that's a pot.
Yes. So, we decided to start a little bit early because we have 2 guests here. Well, this is probably like part 1 because we got to get waiting for the other guest who's, I don't know where he's at. He's supposed to come in like hopefully in the next 15, 20 minutes.
And you got plans later too, right?
Yep. And I got plans later to do some yo-yo content for Milano's West Side Market. It's actually a block, I think 1 or 2 blocks away from Tom's Restaurant. Now, if you watch 90s sitcom, you know Tom's Restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
You know where that's at, right?
Mm-hmm. No.
You know? You watch Seinfeld?
Okay. That's the famous restaurant that they all went to eat all the time?
Yes.
Okay, you got it.
And the way it looks inside is not the way, like, it's like, I guess they shoot at a different location because from what I've been told, I never personally been inside Tom's Restaurant. They just licensed, I guess, the outside, but the inside looks totally different from the actual restaurant. So
Oh,
I guess
really?
that must be like an on-set. They staged like a diner and probably in studio. 'Cause they
To
probably-
look like that.
Yes, they can't like shoot it there
In the
at Tom's
diner.
Restaurants because it looks different inside than it does on the show.
Well, I mean, they haven't shot Seinfeld in years, though, no?
No, even when you look back then at the restaurant.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. So maybe they. I'll look it up. Matter of fact.
But yeah, I'm gonna be shooting there a little later. I'm probably only gonna be there like I literally only need like literally less than 30 minutes to shoot all the content I need. Like I did one recently for Comfortland, if anybody saw that. That I was only there for about like only 2 hours just because the guy, shout out to James Avatar, Comfortland, he runs like the social media. He's the face of Comfortland. He's a part of the New York Nico verse too. He got shout out by New York Nico. And they're famous for their bacon, egg, and cheese with like a fried chicken in the middle. So they put like a spin on like a pretty much a bacon, egg, and cheese, but just add a fried chicken. And it tastes absolutely incredible. I went with my homegirl Yolita. It was freaking amazing. And I definitely recommend it. If you're in Astoria, like definitely pull up to there. You know, it's amazing. I did some yo-yo tricks. You know, the food was incredible. I got some dope shirts from him. The guy was amazing. You know, shout out to James Avatar. He's been rapping for over 60 years. He's been on like legendary ciphers. He runs like, he helps pretty much all the Queens organizations, like anything for like entertainment. He's like the curator of all those events that happen around Queens. So shout out to him. I gave him my business card. I gave his whole staff yo-yos. I think he wanted like 7. So I gave him 7 yo-yos and, you know, it was really dope. And I appreciate your leader for pulling up and, you know, filming everything and enjoying the Saturday with me. And, you know, it's having a good time. You know, it was really dope. And, you know, I definitely want to do more yo-yo and food content, you know, just to expand like my yo-yo brand, like the whole When Pigs Fly, because I see where that's what it's kind of diving into, because that was like my second food content. I'm doing food content later. Then I'm doing more food content on Wednesday. So, you know, yo-yos and food, it's like the new thing. Because everybody loves food. If you hate food, something's wrong with you. I mean, no disrespect to anybody as, quote unquote hates food for whatever reasons and stuff. But,
If you don't like food, you're weird. Unless you have like a stomach problem, which forces you
or
not
you
to.
have a mental disease,
Well, that
anorexia.
again, that's weird, no? Like,
I mean, it's
and
not
I don't mean
weird.
weird in a bad way. I mean it's different. You know what I mean?
Like,
Like,
I've been anorexic. I had borderline anorexia.
but that's having a problem though.
It was a
Normal
problem.
people just don't. You had anorexia? You made yourself throw up?
No, that's bulimia.
Oh, my bad. I'm stupid.
Anorexia is when you just don't eat at all. Bulimia is when you throw up.
Oh, so you were starving yourself?
I was starving myself
For what?
for about 6 months. It was in high school.
No, for what? Like for what? Why?
I had body issues.
Really?
Yeah, I had body issues at the time.
Cameras off. Yeah.
Quick story about that, since we got more time than usual.
No, go ahead. We here. We
So,
arrived.
I would say around,
We've arrived.
I would say around September of like 2003.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like really big. I was like touching 300 pounds. I was just fat, lanky. I was wearing like size 50 pants.
Mm-hmm.
My legs would chafe all the time. And I remember the exact moment that changed my life. September 15th, 2003. That's when I started. So I went to the Chinese spot. I got spare rib tips with white rice. And I remember walking home and eating the spare rib tips and white rice. And out of nowhere, I just kept thinking, like walking. I stopped myself. I stood there. This is like this, like it's like cinematic how I did this shit.
Yeah, movie shit.
So I'm
You had a
standing.
revelation in the
I had
middle of nowhere.
I had a revelation while I was walking, and I'm eating, and then I stop, and I just start staring at my food. And I'm like, I'm literally walking home eating a goddamn entree, and I'm gonna go eat dinner in like probably 2-3 hours to eat more food. So I was like, I gotta change this shit.
You got disgusted with yourself?
I started to hate it because I looked at my food and then I looked down in my belly. I was like, nah, fam, I can't make this the rest of my life, man. I remember just literally dropping the food
And how
on
old
the
were you?
floor.
How old were you?
I was 15.
Damn.
15 years old.
That's young. That's young. That's young to be noticing. Well, I think that's the most fragile age. That age right there is very fragile.
The high school
because
years.
The high school years, you get made fun of. You don't know where to place yourself. You don't fit nowhere. If you're not cool, you're not cool.
Right.
If you're not smart, you're not smart. You know what I'm saying? And then you get made fun of. You don't know how to take a joke. It's just so many things at that age that can steal. Somebody calls you ugly, fat.
Like, I was already out of place in high school. Like, I didn't have no friends really from high school. I didn't start really making, like, long-term friends until college.
Okay.
So, after that moment, I came up with this stupid diet, which everybody today calls intermittent fasting. So I was doing that shit way before that was popular. I called it ETD. ETD. It stands for Eat Till Dinner. Eat Till Dinner. My dad, my
So
mom
you
will
would
tell
go
you
all
about
day with no eating?
I would only eat at dinner. I wouldn't eat breakfast. I wouldn't have lunch. I would only eat at dinner. And then when I eat at dinner, I would only eat like less than half of the food I was supposed to eat. So if you give me like a cheeseburger, I would probably only eat a quarter of that cheeseburger. If you give me like 15 fries, I would only eat like 5. And I did this every single day for 6 months. 6 months. I went from touching 308 to the lowest I remember being was 169.
Damn, nigga. But it must not have looked proper though.
Oh no, it didn't look proper at all because at the same time I was
Because
also
it was-
working out.
You were?
I was going to the gym with my father,
Oh, so you didn't look bad then at that size?
but it's like you're working out, but you're burning pretty much nothing. You're
There's
just-
nothing. There's not because you don't got no carbs.
Yeah,
You don't
there's
got no fuel.
carbs, there's no protein, there's nothing inside of me. So I lost weight even faster. So I pretty much lost like almost 130 pounds in 6 months. And the revelation that made me stop, and recipes to my grandma, because she was the one that pretty much broke my anorexia. Because I remember visiting my grandma. This was a day after my birthday, March 7th, 2004.
Okay.
And she looks at me, and my dad pretty much told her he just don't want to eat. And she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna make him eat." and she made like this bread, like fried chicken. My grandma's fried chicken, classic.
Yeah.
Everyone loves
Everybody
grandma's
loves
fried chicken.
grandma's fried chicken.
So,
I don't know what the fuck you talking about.
and I still didn't eat it, and I was very adamant about not eating her dinner
Wow, that's disrespectful.
to a point where she started crying.
Mm. You see how when you're young and when you see, my mind would have been like, no, fuck this, get mad, you better eat my fucking food, you're disrespecting. A grandma's mind is like, this hurts. This hurts. That right there, fuck with your head, didn't it?
So I felt so bad, like to a point where I was like, you know what, I'm gonna eat something. So I went to the fridge,
Mm-hmm.
and she had ice cream sandwiches, and I just ate one. And it kind of like the moment I bit it, it like broke a curse in my head to like want to eat again. Like I was like, shit. Pretty much my grandma inadvertently helped me with my semi-anorexia
I mean, before I got out of control.
before it got worse.
You know, because that's something that people suffer from, and you won't even look. I confused it with bulimia, but I knew somebody that would do that, force themselves to throw up. Like I knew somebody that she always thinks she was fat. Like it was a ex-girlfriend's cousin. She used to always think she was fat. She used to always think she was overweight. She wasn't pretty enough, and she would be forcing herself to throw up after every meal. After every meal, she would disappear, and it'd be a little weird. You know what I'm saying? Like she'd disappear after every meal. Then you find out she's fucking throwing up all over the place because she's thinking she's too. And the bitch was a twig. That's what a mess. Bug you out. Like, there's people that genuinely could use a little bit of bulimia in their life for like 2 months just to lose some goddamn weight. I mean, as a joke though. But then there's people, there's people that don't have any problems, but it's all in their head because of just one thing. Like what's his name? There was a UFC fighter, and he became vegan. I believe, yeah, I believe he stopped eating meat, and he said the reason he stopped eating meat was because he had took mushrooms one day, mushrooms or ayahuasca or something like that one day, and after he came down from the high, he started smelling himself. He could smell the meat, the coming out of his pores. Like he could smell this rancid smell coming out of his body, and due to that, he changed up his whole diet. And now now. Of course, you get more lean, you get more fit, but it's not for everybody. I'll admit, I force myself to throw up. That's because I get really bad stomach problems. And I know it's probably something else there, but I know overeating is an issue. Growing up, Rich, and this is no, I'm not trying to take jabs. I didn't always have a full fridge of food. Sometimes I used to go hungry. Sometimes I used to go hungry growing up as a kid. You know what I mean? Like, when you live with grandma, of course, grandma always feeds you. When I was in my father's house, of course, my father always kept me fed. But living at home, my parents doing 8 to 10 hour shifts, them being disorganized. There's been times, my nigga, there's nothing to eat in my fridge. There's been times I've gone hungry. So when I got older and I got some money in my pocket, right? I used to overeat a lot. I used to overeat, my nigga. And it's because, like, I didn't have. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't have like that. So whenever there's a plate of food in front of me, my monkey brain is like, oh, you got to eat it all because you're never going to eat again. That's my monkey brain because I didn't have that luxury of always having food on the table. You know what I'm saying? So I can understand now as I'm older, I can't overeat because I get stomach pain, I get sick, and I force myself to throw up. At least once a week, I'm throwing up. No cap. Once a week, I'm throwing up. I'm hurled over. I'm so good at throwing up, I don't even put my finger down my throat. I look at the toilet water. And I just tell myself, throw up. And I throw up. Swear to God. That's how good I'm at.
I don't think that's good for your body if you could just throw up on.
No, I'm good. I'm good to throw up on cue. I'm good to throw. I found myself crying the other day. Like and it's not only because I'm an emotional person. The cry is always there. Like the cry behind my eyes and shit, it's kind of like always there. It's not that hard to come out. The same way I gotta throw up, it's always like there. I love enjoying the food, but it's always there. So it's easy for me to come out. I saw have you seen You People on Netflix?
No, I heard it's really, really good.
You People on Netflix. It
Yeah,
is
Lauren
really good.
London, Jonah Hill, Eddie Murphy, Nia Long had all like a pretty all-star cast on there.
Well, it was good. It was a good movie. People were clowning it because
I mean, it's meant to be like a romantic comedy-ish, but not really a romantic comedy. But there was like a lot of this is just for me from what people hear. It's like it has a lot of racial things in between, like being Muslim and being Jewish.
oh no, it got that's the point. Like the point of the movie. A lot of people are clowning because they're saying it was written poorly.
It was written by Jonah Hill and another person.
They just took an all-star cast of people, they threw them together, and they said make the movie work. Now leave it loud just in case somebody hits you up and you don't hear him.
I know that's why.
Yeah, like they just mashed a good cast together. They just they thought it would work because they're talking about ironically, why isn't this woke shit?
I mean, the movie itself, or
No, like what they talked about in the movie. Why isn't it to be why isn't to be woke to recognize that you can't be in a relationship with a person because of their skin color or their religion? That there's still lines drawn. Why you woke people don't point shit like that out? You know what I'm saying? Like that's what the movie was really pointing out. It made me cry towards the end of the movie because it sucks that we're not allowed to love one another because the girl I'm in love with is Muslim. The girl I'm in love with, her religion is Muslim, and she's black, and I can't be with her because of those reasons. Doesn't that sound fucking weird? That sounds fucking weird. Like you can't be with the people that you love, people that you may get along with, people that you might have a future with, people that you might have maybe able to have business with, trust one another. You're gonna tell me we're gonna put these walls up with one another because
of
our skin color and religion? That's what the movie was really about. Stereotyping people before you get to know them and
love them.
And not allowing yourself to love them because of those stereotypes.
I mean, there's been like court cases in the United States that were because of this. You know that there was like a very big court case where a white guy fell in love with a black woman and he couldn't marry her in her state just because she was black. They didn't want racial mixing. In Arkansas, it happened. And it's funny, ironically, their last name was Loving. So it was like a male, female, and they had to pretty much hide in secrecy. They were together, they had kids, but they couldn't legally marry, all because of their skin. But they still managed to like raise a family, and then eventually there was a big Supreme Court case that allowed, races to get married. Mind you, that's in our current society. That really happened. Imagine not being able to marry somebody you love all because they're black or because they're white. Or Asian or whatever. There was literally a point in our history, in our lifetime, in my grandmother and my father's lifetime, where you couldn't marry a different race. That's unbelievable.
I mean, it's not really too unbelievable.
Then again, look at what America was founded.
I dated a woman that her family because she was Italian, like, don't bring no niggas over the house. She told me straight up, don't ever wear a do-rag in my parents' house. She's told me straight up, don't ever wear braids in my parents' house. You know how much of a turn off that is for me? It don't make me even want to stick up for the person I'm dating or my partner. Because if she likes me for my do-rag, for my fucking braids, for my demeanor, my attitude, who I am, and she's telling me it's going to be displeasing to her parents, so don't do it. I've never been in this position. I mean, I have, but I never got to meet her parents. Thank God. Dodged the bullet.
6 minutes away.
Thank God, dodged a bullet. You know, never got to meet the parents.
I'll give you one too.
Go ahead, go.
I couldn't get with a guy who needs a woman because
I know that. I tried that before. I had. Yo, they have problems going with their own group of people if
Yes.
they're not brown enough.
yes, like for me, it was
What
she
the
lo-
fuck?
She loved everything about me. I was a great guy. She met my parents, everything. I'm gonna mention her name because I actually still kind of know her, and she does follow me. She
You're not
actually
brown enough though.
She just literally hit me up 2 days ago, talking about how proud she's like of all the success I've been getting with yo-yos. Literally 2 days ago, like, oh, I'm so proud of you. I've been watching your journey. I'm glad you're flourishing and you know everything you wanted. I know you've been doing this for a long time, but in my head, it's like we could have been doing this together. For like, I met her like almost 10 years ago through her cousin, and the fact I remember we had like a serious conversation, like where it was like, I knew in my eyes, it was like, I know you can't be with me because of me being black and Puerto Rican. And it kind of like pushed her back because she kind of already knew. And then what ended up happening was she ended up getting with a guy that almost looks exactly like me. Like that nigga could literally be my freaking twin. We could be fraternal twins. That's how close we look alike. Except I'm taller than him. And my dad always points this out to me because he's friends with her too. And he's like, look who she's with, forget. Oh, look where they're at. And it's like, that could have been me. But she didn't want to be with me because she was Hindu and I'm Catholic. And then that was like a whole different thing where religion got in place.
The things that you guys decide to keep each other divided with is really like, I don't know. It's really petty. You know, there's other things that we could be like upset at each other about, like the neighbor's dog taking a shit on my lawn every morning. You know what I'm saying? You could be mad at that. You know, no matter what color, race, religion that neighbor is, he's an asshole for letting his fucking dog shit on my lawn every morning. That's a real reason right there. You could be mad at the neighbor that blocks your driveway like this much. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a real reason right there. You know, you could be mad at the teacher that's an asshole to your child, or is not teaching them right, or doesn't explain things. And you could be mad at things like that. You know, you could be mad. Like, the fucking meter maid guy gave you a ticket. Don't matter what color the nigga is, he was gonna give you a ticket anyway. You could be mad at shit like that. To be mad at people because of their fucking skin color, religion. You were born believing in fucking Muhammad, and I was fucking born believing in Jesus fucking Christ. There's people born believing in rocks. You know what I mean? Like, rocks. I don't understand. But that's what I don't understand. Just because you're born,
you're mad.
Yeah, nah, that's how you know I'm mad. Because it gets me upset. Just because you're born being taught something, it doesn't mean that's who you are. You know what I'm saying? You're allowed to fucking. Damn, I feel bad for these people. I feel bad for you people that live like that. That keep yourself fucking closed off because a person's another skin color, or they go through another religion or dress with a fucking.
You're missing out on like having a very beautiful
on
relationship
life
with somebody. On
love.
Life. You miss on love, or miss out on a great friendship, or miss out on a great business partner, all because of like. Why does it have to be this way? Is this something that's like ingrained in us? Is this something that is taught from generation to generation? Hey, don't mess with that race, or don't. If I see you with this race, I'm gonna be XXX on you. I will cut you raw. I will disown you.
You know what it is? We have to change our language. We have to change our language and not let our words phase us so much as they do. Somebody calls you a fucking cracker and you're a white person, you get angry and shit. You know, somebody calls you when somebody calls you something derogatory, if you get called something derogatory, you get angry. We need to stop that. Before we get angry at that person for calling us that, we need to understand where that comes from. Why are they calling you that? Why is that? Why do you think like that? What is that? What do you mean by that? You know, and for most people will sit there, I think, will think about it and be like, but you're going to have some people that have they won't give you a rhyme or reason, Rich. There's no real rhyme or reason for people to talk to people a certain way unless it's like an asshole. But when you call somebody a racist slander, a slur, like for one, saying it, you gotta why say it? Two, the person that it's being said to, you don't have to take it. You don't have to take it up the butt. You don't have to take it so serious. You somebody calls you a name, just look at them dead in the face. Understand where they come from, what's behind their eyeballs, and it's not for you to touch it, tamper it, or change it, but it's for us to gain more control of the situations. Because I think you'll feel better as a human being when you go home to your kid, right, or you go home to your spouse or your other, and be like, yo, you know what happened in fucking Walmart today? This fucking guy, I stepped on him by accident. And then he turns around and he calls me a fucking chink. First off, I'm fucking Mexican. My eyes are just slanted. You know what I'm saying? Second off, yo, honey. And then the wife's like, yo, you pulled out the burner on him? You pulled out the burner on him, didn't you? And you're like, no, honey. Amazingly, I didn't pull out the burner on him. I looked him in the eyes and I said, I'm Mexican, you fucker. And I kept it moving. You feel me? Like, a person would feel have more of a story to give to that they walked away from a situation, they handled it better, they were placed in a place where, yeah, yo, it don't feel good to be called. Like, I've been called a spick from like a block away, and it still hurt my feelings. Yo, this guy, I'll never forget it. I used to live in Ridgewood. This guy pulled into the gas station, and I walked past him as he pulled into the gas station, and I'm still walking. As I get to the corner, I hear, yeah, don't fucking turn around, you fucking spick. So, of course, I turn around. He goes, what the fuck did I tell you? I told you not to fucking turn around, you fucking... I don't know this guy from a hole in the wall, my nigga. I don't know from a hole in the wall. And he's so aggressive from over 80 feet away from me.
For no reason.
For no reason, and it shook me. It shook me. It shook me down to the point where I was scared. It shook me to the point where I was like, damn, this nigga hurt my feelings. Who the fuck are you to just be calling
I'm
a
like,
Spanish
what
guy?
happened? Who hurt you?
But no, you can't even ask him a walk. Why am I going to do that? I was so hurt by the moment and startled. I was like, wow, that's so fucked up. And now to think, like I said, to bring it 360, because I know the guy's coming. When I thought about that movie, people try to judge people based upon who they are now. If I'm 50 years old and I went through a life and I'm sophisticated and have success, any person that comes into my daughter's life, of course, I'm going to judge them based upon a standard. You can't judge people based upon the standard of where you at in life.
The boy's here.
Yeah. You have to judge people based upon the standard of what you think they can aspire to be. And I think I assume when we can do that with people, we can take some pressure off of them on what we expect them to be. You feel me? But yo, we'll be back.
Is that the part where like the street light? There's no street lights on the main road and shit.
No street lights.
You got your headlights and it's like super bright for some reason.
Everything is like an alleyway. I was like, yo, we in the country, yo. Me and my girl was walking. I was like, yo, we in the country. Like, we in the country.
Shit, I was like that in Massachusetts.
Oh yeah, some areas do be like that.
I'm like, yo, what the?
Shit, some areas in New York State be like that.
Yo, you go upstate. It's like a whole new world up there.
Like, hold up, yo.
Facts.
Like, how the fuck that?
You look at Buffalo and then you look at everything else like, yo, you guys are so different from the rest of like New York, yo.
Yeah. Well, New York is like, we're part of the state, but New York, the 5 boroughs, is its own country. In my opinion.
Facts. It really is.
Like its own country altogether. Like,
mm-hmm.
Yo, Rich.
Yes.
Go ahead, baby.
We back in.
Do I need to pull this mic down? Can you like get my
You're
face
fine.
down?
I got your face. I got your mic. I did everything. You're good.
Then we go like, hey, we're continuing.
No. It don't matter. I gave them we were leaving thing. So go ahead. We back.
All right. Well,
Oh,
we're
we
back.
live or it's pre-recorded?
Well, we pre-record.
Okay,
No, we
bet.
pre-record. Yeah, like I would do live, but I feel like I gotta tell the guest a week beforehand.
I know.
Yeah.
And then I feel like if I
Pre-recorded
tell
is
the
so much
guest we're
better.
gonna be live, unless that guest is enthusiastic or a live person just to be in general, they won't show up.
Yep.
They won't show up. And then what happens is too, we haven't ran into it yet, but I've ran into it like when I've podded before.
Yeah.
I'll shoot a fucking 3-hour pod with a person because that's what I'm known for. I'm an endurance person. I'll sit there for 2.5 hours, 3 hours talking with a person, you know, and at the end of it, the dude will be like, "Yo, son, there's just some things that I said I don't want on."
Yup. That
And I'm
always
like,
happens.
Yo, you gave me a whole 40-minute convo into this deep dive,
Yeah.
and you're telling me that you don't want. No, I don't want. I can't. Yo, that's when I started just letting people know, if you're gonna sit down with me and it's on camera, I'm not deleting shit.
Yup.
If you want me to beep a name out, no problem. I respect shit like that. But you want me to delete a whole part of a convo?
Nah,
Nah.
it'll be 40 minutes, so the whole thing will be from like 3 hours to like almost an hour and 55 minutes.
nah.
You know what I'm
Like
saying?
what happened in those other hour and 10 minutes right there?
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, the audience will know, but you're like, no, it's like, there was a whole hour.
Yeah, I
of
prefer
shit.
pre-recording too, because you can edit it. You can choose when you want to put it out. You know what I'm saying? You have so much more control over what the viewer is seeing.
I mean, but I won't lie. You know, I'm a renegade. I like being live. I noticed that though, with live, there's two things that you have to be always on top of. And the two things is consistency number one. Consistency number one, and how long you're live for. If you
True.
wanna if you're gonna be live 6 times a day for an hour a day, then all right, you know, when they catch you, I guess, right? But if you did it smart, you'd be like, I'm live every night, 8 p.m.
Yup.
So they know at 8 p.m. you're always live.
You're always live.
And then, unfortunately, but it's the truth, because since I've been streaming, the only time I see numbers, I don't see numbers in my first hour. I don't see numbers in my first 2. When I'm streaming for fucking 5-6 hours, I got 400, 500 views. Because the people that are looking to watch people do things, they respect the person that got 6 hours on they jump off.
They want to know what the hell is he doing.
And if your content is good,
yeah. It's
they
over.
subscribe, they stick, and now they know where to find you.
Yeah.
So that's what I say. If you go live, you just got to know the landscape. Like with this is just, yeah, I get to edit it. Yeah, I get to look back over. But the biggest thing with this, unfortunately, but fortunately, is where to place it. You got to put your clips, your stories, how to put it in the reels,
Oh my
what audio to
God,
put
yeah.
behind it, who to tag when you're talking about something, how to tag it. That's all. Like that's all this is. You know what I mean? If you follow those like steps, no matter what the F you're talking about, your content will bloom.
Yeah.
Because it'll just show up. It's undeniable.
Yeah.
How many times there's a short or something that you're seeing, like, I can't stand seeing Fresh and Fit no more, but they keep showing up in the feed.
All the time, bruh.
Yeah.
All the time.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's
yo.
shit like that, but that's because they're on it. They on it. They
every
undeniable.
single day, pretty
Every
much.
single day.
Yeah.
Doing
Introduce our guest, Rich.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
but-
just cut right to the chase. This is the award-winning AB right here.
Yeah.
Television shows, multi-award-winning, co-founder of Moonlight Media.
That's what I'm talking about.
He's everywhere, like Roku, to work with people from like TBS, freaking CBS, everything. every actor you probably collab with, he probably collabed with this person. You know,
I wish
He's a
it was
glowing-
that deep, but we
It will get there.
we're
will
gonna
get
get
there.
there.
Trust
We're gonna
me.
get there.
Trust me, it will.
You know, like, I'm great to have you on here, man. I
I
appreciate you coming.
appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. It's funny, like how small the world is. You can hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can
It's
hear
funny,
you.
like how small the world is. Like I met you through Katie K.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Shout
Katie's
out
my
to
I
Katie.
homegirl.
met you through Cradle's
Uh-huh.
event, and you both worked together.
Mhm.
It's crazy, yo. It's crazy. It's a small world, man.
Yeah, and I had met Katie beforehand. Before I met him, I met Katie. As a matter of fact, I met him before Katie, but we didn't get like acquainted till after that relationship. He had hit me up and like, could you help me out with something? And then when we just started, like it came like 1 weekend to 2 weekends to 3 weekends to now. I think we've shot like over almost 80 episodes together.
Oh, y'all lit. Y'all
Yes.
lit.
Yeah. I'm
It's
saying? Like-
since February. Actually, it's almost come to our anniversary next Sunday. It's been 2 years since we
That's
started.
dope.
Next Monday's my birthday too.
So,
Pretty dope.
Oh, next Monday?
Yeah.
Word, happy early birthday.
Good looking. Yeah, I think I'm gonna throw a Super Bowl party in the crib.
Oh yeah.
Oh, true. I
Yeah.
forgot about that, yo.
Oh,
Word.
shit.
Word.
Who y'all
got
going
it
for?
though?
Who y'all going for?
I'm going for the Eagles, just because everybody I know is
I'm
like
going for the
an
Eagles, too.
fan.
I'm going for the Eagles only because they shouldn't win.
Oh.
Honestly, like I've been looking at the documentaries with everything with Mahomes and the lead up and everything. I'm like, damn, he's really smart, man. And then I look at the games where he's lost, like the Brady ones, where like Brady spanked him. And I've looked at that. I was like, he's not the same Mahomes. He's a
Yeah.
different Mahomes now. I want Batman to do it. I want Hurts to do it. I do. And we shouldn't even be saying that shit after the fucking New Empire State Building pulled that bullshit.
Oh, true. I seen that on the Shade Room. I
Did
said,
you really get that mad as a
"Ooh."
Giant? Are you a Giants fan?
Hell nah.
What are
I'm
you?
a Raiders fan.
Oh, you a Raiders fan.
We terrible.
So you could give a shit, but you could give a shit less what that Empire State Building
Exactly,
looked
but I
like.
did see it, and I was like, if I was a New Yorker, that would sting. You know what I'm saying?
Disrespectful.
But at the same time, though, the Giants play in Jersey.
Oh, let's
so
talk
it's
about
like,
it.
boy,
Let's talk
yo,
about it though. Let's really talk about it though.
Like, they play
Let's
in
really
Jersey.
talk
Like,
about the
come on.
yo. You're right. If we talk about the eggs and the potatoes, they play in fucking Jersey. So do the Jets. Right?
That
We're
is
being
true.
honest. Like they're not
That is
even.
true.
They're not really technically like.
The New Jersey Jets and the New
Both
Jersey
of them.
Giants.
Both of them.
And, whoa.
You know,
Whoa.
so I'll tell you this.
So
right?
technically, Buffalo's the only New York team.
I was about to say that Buffalo's the only New York team, but then look at this. Like New York Cityers don't claim Buffalo. Don't say it like
It's only the past 5 years. You got people that in New York be like, I'm a Buffalo fan.
Like,
When?
what?
When did you fucking root for Buffalo? When?
I know.
past 5 years.
People be asking, where is Buffalo?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know what's
Buffalo,
going
New
on.
York. You think it's like
That shit's
that's
right next
New
to
York?
Niagara Falls.
Right, there you
Niagara
go.
Falls.
Exactly.
Right next
like
to
you
Niagara
right next
Falls.
to Canada. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So
and it's cold up there, yo.
It's cold as hell.
My uncle lives in upstate New York, but like maybe like 2 hours away from Buffalo. He sent me a fucking picture. -20 in Grainsville.
nah, chill.
-20 right
That's
now.
when you go outside, you throw the water, and it turns to ice immediately. Like nah.
You got slaves there. You ain't got cars.
Facts.
Yeah,
yo,
but those
like,
people in the Kobe built different.
They
built-
do.
Like those Boston people from Boston, yeah, they got to go in the car. It's too cold outside. Like they built different. They built
Yeah,
different.
they be
Like,
wearing like the big Alaskan like
Oh, man.
Scullies. Like,
I almost
can't
took that
do-
opportunity. I almost took that opportunity though when I was younger. They was offering $50,000 to work on a fish boat and move to Alaska. $50,000 and you know I grew up with fishing. You know my stepfather's the one that he said, Gil, this is different fishing, bro. He's like, you're not good with the cold. I said, Dad, I could do it. He's like, no, Gil, you're gonna be for 6 months on the Alaskan Ocean
Chill.
fishing
Free.
for
You're gonna be
50
freezing.
grand. That's your 50 grand, Gil.
Yeah, you
That's
gonna
your
be freezing.
I was like, damn, you might maybe don't do it. He's like, no, don't do it right now. Go to Alaska, buy a house, to figure something else out, but don't go to Alaska to fish.
They pay like transplants to live there. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah, no, they
pay 'em.
Yeah, that
Really.
Vermont too.
They need that though because they don't have a lot of people there. And you know what's crazy with Alaska? Like I would genuinely think about moving there because you know I know the winter does suck, but the springtime and the summers are pretty fucking beautiful over there.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty fucking beautiful over there.
You know what I noticed there too? They have hoods in Alaska.
They do. I
There's
just saw a
hoods in Alaska.
documentary on YouTube
Yes,
about it.
there was like this dude, like they were like, "Yo, you're everything."
Yeah,
and
Yeah, they
it's
throwing up
fucking-
all of these signs.
Yo, they throwing signs, blood and crypt signs.
My nigga,
Fuck
that-
it.
They all transplants too. They from like Chicago,
Yes.
LA, like they all Seattle. They all transplants.
That's how New York.
Like,
That's how New York a nigga is though. Nigga, I'm talking about living in the burbs. He's like, where the hood at? We just gotta go check it out real quick, just to feel home. We too far from New York. Where's the bodega?
What are the hoods in Montana like?
facts, yo, yeah.
Yo, speaking of Montana, what y'all think about that air balloon? That
Yeah,
Chi-
Spy balloon in
that-
China.
Wait, what?
There's this.
Oh, yeah.
There was this Chinese air balloon. They made it shaped like the fucking moon. It's all white and it's been floating over the United States.
Near Hawaii.
I think it was by Montana. They just shot. It was over the ocean. They shot it down this morning.
They shot it down this morning.
There's
they-
nothing on it.
They didn't want to shoot it down because they didn't want to shoot it down over like land because they didn't know if the Chinese people put chemicals in it, put anything in it.
Yeah.
But the China was like, it's just a weather balloon.
Yep.
And,
And it
but,
went off course.
but you know what's sick? They put a thing out stating there's gonna be repercussions for this because this is going against certain accords for United States to destroy their property. Bitch, your balloon floated to my fence. I'ma shoot it down.
Yeah, for real. That's why you don't mess with like those drones and all of that, bro. I'd be
Yo,
like, yo,
them shits, them shits have, it's crazy because I got a 3D printer, right? And so I do history, I do homework because I love doing history. Where'd this come from? The shit, the 3D printing technology has been around for the past 30-something years. Companies and people have had this technology and used it. It's been the same thing with drones. It's over the past 8 years that the regular Joe like me can afford a drone.
facts.
They've had this shit flying and getting all this shit for years.
Yup.
For years.
Gathering all types of intel.
Yo.
Knowing where I eat and sleep through the window with the
Yup.
drones.
Part
chilling
of,
out
part
there.
of me, part of
That's
me
real
though.
talk.
Look, part of me, like, look, they say with Elon Musk, this nigga got the brain thing coming out. He got this. He got
Yeah,
the
for paralyzed people.
He got the Neuralink coming out.
Yeah.
And not only is that for paralyzed, but they saying it might you might be able to see what people thinking and shit like that.
Yeah. Like
That's
some
that's
Black
the
Mirror
negative.
shit.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. I would rather know if if I'm taking my kid to a fucking school and there is a pedophile working there. I would rather know that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would rather know what people's agendas are. 50-50 of me. And then the other 50 is like, damn, but I don't want nobody to know of mine.
I was about to say that, yeah, because if you choose to know that information, they're gonna be like, all right, well then we can't volunteer this information if you can't volunteer yours.
You
know what I'm saying?
think? Do you guys think perfection is
Attainable?
in our society?
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so. I feel like perfection is subjective, right?
Yes.
Your idea of perfection may be different from mine, just like your idea of success may be different from mine.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Some people think being successful is just having a family. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, that's
Some
true.
people think being successful is beyond being Jeff Bezos,
Mm-hmm.
living on a private island with, you know what I'm saying, beautiful women feeding you grapes. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's idea is different. So I don't think perfection is attainable. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it is.
Part of me be feeling like even the thought of it was kind of hanging the golden fruit over our heads, knowing we could never reach it.
Word.
The
Yeah.
thought of perfection, like they say we were made in the image of our God, whatever that may be. Whatever God you follow, you were made in the image of that God, right? And
Yeah.
to think, look what the hell you're reaching for. I want to be perfect like my God. Like, well, how do they set you up? That's such a failure. That's such a failure because then when you do fail, when you do fall,
Yeah.
it was supposed to happen that way. You know how you can't do that. You can't beat yourself up over things that are just unattainable in life. You
Word.
can attain millions of dollars, and
Word.
we know that because we've seen it done.
Yup.
You can attain muscles. We know that because we see The Rock.
Exactly, yeah.
You could perform a good show. There's certain things you can reach in life, but perfection,
Yeah.
I don't think that's.
Just like I don't think there will ever be like a true utopia in society. There just never
That's
will.
another lie.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's just no way people are just gonna be able to come together and all get along.
Yeah,
It's
nah.
just not gonna
This
work.
golden age shit, like, I think that we're in a golden age now. When I think how easy it is for me to call somebody to get something
Yeah.
done, when I think about how easy it is for me to look at my phone and get some food, when I think about information, if I want information, how fast I can get it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's some walls, money's a problem always, but that's always been a problem, right? How to pay for what you want.
Society.
Yup.
Like at one point in time, there was no such thing as alarm clocks. They used to have guys hired to walk the streets
Facts.
and knock on your windows.
Facts.
Like, hey, time to get up at 6 in the morning, and they do that for like a whole hour straight, and that was their day, just waking people up.
Yo, all we gotta do is just look at, if you really want to see how advanced we have come with technology as a society, just look at GPS and MapQuest. Remember when people would drive
Yup.
with the printed out directions?
That's
Trying to read signs on the highway with this piece of paper?
Like, I think we missed that.
It's
turn.
crazy, bruh. Just
Yo.
me coming here, I put the address in and it taught me how to get here walking once I got off the
To
train.
print out the paper out and like have somebody navigate to you.
Dangerous as hell, yo.
Yep. And then you miss the exit, and that map is no longer void. You got to go all the way to the thing and
Yup.
come back around.
Just to follow the map.
Yo, we have come really far though, and
That's
that's why I
crazy.
say, like, I think we're in a golden age now. For the people that like be bitching and all this shit, like, I think they just need something to bitch about. Like, go kick a rock or something. Go skip a rock. Go live a life. Cause I know for the past 10, 15 years, a lot of us have been like clouded with this technology. Yo, it's easy to get on your phone and voice your opinion.
Yup.
Say something, be somebody else. It's so easy. You can't do that shit walking around in real life. That's why I give it up to trainees. Them niggas that just last night was a nigga, this morning's a bitch, and they just go outside. You got some shit on you, B.
You gotta live your truth. You know what I'm saying?
You got some shit on you. That's some real strength, because there's people that live on the internet that can't do that.
That's, you know what, it's crazy you say that. So somebody hit me up one day and was like, yo, my social media timeline, like my timeline looking crazy. All I'm seeing is like X, Y, and Z, ass probably, because that's all over Instagram, blah, blah.
I ain't gonna lie, I delete a lot. I delete a lot of people that I follow because I only want to see cars, hunting videos, and ass.
See, so here's the thing. So I told him, I tell everybody, right? It's like the culture that you create. Whatever you deal with, it's a culture that you create, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you're on your timeline, if you're whatever social media platform that you choose to engage in that particular day, Twitter, Snapchat, if people are still on there, YouTube, whatever, Instagram, whatever you engage in, if you're a bully online, that's all you're gonna see on your timeline. The algorithms are that smart.
Yes.
We're at the point where me and you could be, just like me and you were talking about Vice earlier, the network.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure at some point today, one of our phones is going to have some sort of sponsored ad for that network.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So it's that culture that you create. If you want to use social media for the betterment of your brand, or even just the betterment of your health, you got to make sure you follow these health profiles.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we're in the time now where, just like you said, people don't use social media for positivity.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? Just like will.i.am was saying, the phone is the smartest device in history.
Yep.
You can reach so many people, get so much information. Mm-hmm. But what do people do with it? They post videos of them murdering a cat. You know what I'm saying? They post videos of them like kicking homeless people. You know what I'm saying?
Doing dumb stuff.
Which is so
they just do
awkward.
dumb shit.
Isn't that awkward? That
It's
you
crazy.
Even want people to see you doing that? They say do your dirt by your lonely and in the shadows. That's the era I come from. You
Word,
do
me
your dirt
too.
by your lonely and in the shadows. These dudes are fucking putting it on it like, look what I'm doing.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's wild, bro. Like, nah, it's wild, man. Especially like the people that jump on social media and they post like their like deepest, darkest secrets.
Oh yeah,
like,
they turned
what's going on
Facebook
with their
into a journal.
relationship. Yo, Facebook is like the mecca of that, yo.
Facebook's a journal.
Yeah, every
if
day
you
I'm
want to
jumping
know
on there.
about anybody's life, especially women be on Facebook giving everything about themselves.
Paragraphs.
What the fuck?
Harry
Why
Potter
do they
novels
allow
and
that
stuff.
many
Facts, yo.
characters? Why do they allow that many characters? Like,
That is true. That is true. That
right,
is
you know what I'm
true.
saying? And then they go off like, they say, the Egyptians, they had the hieroglyphs.
Mm-hmm.
What are our hieroglyphs?
Emojis.
Emojis. Yeah.
So now you got a person able to give you a whole story in just pictures.
Just pictures, yo.
Yo,
That
the
shit
game
be
is just different.
irking me, bro. Like,
Water emoji, peach emoji, eggplant emoji,
yeah.
bird emoji, city emoji, taxi
Yeah.
emoji. I'm like, what the hell happened here? Oh, she got some ass and they took a taxi back to the city.
There you go. That's it.
Yo, that's hilarious.
Just for a little
Why
5
not
to
sees
6
a bird
little
and then dropped her off in the
That's
city?
it, yo. That's it, man. That's
like,
really
oh,
it, yo. I tell you, bro. I tell you. Nah, it's a different time. It's a different time.
But
bro.
you see China's TikTok, right?
Oh yeah.
China only has in their TikTok educational shit, and the kids can't be on it after 10. It shuts down.
Yes, after 10:00.
I mean, I agree with shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I may not agree with how every country is ran, but I do believe America needs to tighten up on a lot of shit when it comes to the youth, yo, because things like that, like only educational stuff, and the youth can't be on specific times of the day. I think that's fruitful for a society, because you look at the kids now, bro. They don't play outside with other kids. If they do, they don't even know how to interact with the other kids.
And now they got a good excuse. Everybody's shooting everybody. It's dangerous.
Everybody's shooting everybody. Exactly. Parents don't want to take care of the kids.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? So
Here's a phone.
Or they can't. Yo,
That's-
everything's so expensive. I went from working 24 hours. I gotta work the whole 40.
I know it be like that now, yo.
I got 3 kids. I gotta work the whole 40. If I don't work the whole 40, then something's
Yep. And guess what your kid is doing while you working those hours? They on the tablet, they
everything.
on TV,
Yep,
they on
anything
the
they want.
PlayStation.
Found
whatever.
Pornhub.
Yeah, whatever. You know what I'm saying? They doing something that's unproductive. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? So, no, I definitely agree with that. Like, yeah. Nah.
See, but unfortunately, and this is like my tinfoil hat. I think that's because the people that have certain levels of power, their kids are taken care of much different from ours.
I agree.
And I think those kids are made aware of it from a young age. From a young age, those kids are placed with a little bit of a responsibility. Like, hey, you have to turn out a certain way. Go have your fun. Go chill. Don't go too crazy because you're gonna be the president of the United States one day. Don't tell nobody. Just
Word.
chill. But it's in power for you. You just chill. There's a lot of shit that goes on in the world. A lot of your friends are gonna be. It's okay. Observe them. Observe them. That's the world fucking with your friends' heads. You're here. I got you. You're gonna be president. You know. I think it's by design where those parents with, I don't want to only say more money, but because of their parents' jobs or what they did or owning the land or having this or having that business, now it gets trickled down where the leadership role keeps getting passed down. Why do we want other people to be in power? No, let's keep it here. We're family, we're cousins, we're this, that, and the third. We all got the same interests. We keep it here. For the life of me, Spanish people and Native American people have been in this country a lot longer than white people have. There's no big number on Spanish politicians or black politicians. There's no big number on Native American politicians, but they've been on this land longer than the white people. What's that by? That's design.
That is true.
That's design.
That is
And that's
true.
why these apps and all that, we got a choice to make. Yeah, we can tell our kids stay off of it. Don't do it. This, that, and the third. But you know what? Part of me is like, my kid will beat all y'all in Fortnite right now, and he's 6. Part of me feels like, what does that turn into when he's 10, 11, 12, and the Fortnite went into a computer, and now he's editing this, doing that, business that. See, it's not all a negative, depending where it's placed.
That is true.
It's that it's like with this woke shit and this liberal shit, when they have no definition, and you got the fucking kid listening to Channel 1 at 13, he's like, huh? I'd rather the kid play a video game or play a tablet and get indulged in how to be mechanically inclined and use his mental and strategy and learn how to win than watch the news now.
Well, yeah, I definitely agree with that. The news is primarily negative, and there's
Fucking
always an agenda
chaos.
for all of them. No matter if you're watching CNN, MSNBC, or Fox, they all got their own agenda. You know what I'm saying? That's really just
How
it.
can, doesn't that sound like a fucking oxymoron? You're a news media outlet meant to provide the news as it's there fit for us to understand it. What agenda's there?
No, that's true. It's right because you're right. News is objective. If somebody walks down the street and wins $30 million off a lottery ticket, you can't deny that fact, no matter where you hear that news from. But what will they do, right? Fox will come out and say something, and now they want to spin it on the person that won it. Former drug dealer wins $10 million at the lottery at the.
Why you
7-Eleven.
gotta throw that in there?
Why you got to do it? Exactly.
Why
Why
you
you got
gotta
to do
throw
it?
that in
You know what I
there?
mean? So it's just like, and then all of a sudden it feeds into that narrative. Oh yeah, everybody from that area, that's what they do. He don't deserve that money. He just gonna buy more drugs. You know, it just feeds into the narrative. You know what I'm saying?
And
Which is crazy.
Whether
to
that
me.
money changes his life and he actually does something positive with it,
Exactly.
they don't know
They don't-
until
They don't
whatever
care about
percent.
that.
They don't care.
Anyway. They don't
They just
care.
see the
They want the
crackhead. They
views.
just see the crackhead. Like, oh, he's gonna get drugs. It's like, but he's thinking like, oh, okay, now I can get off drugs. I can wean myself. I can
they want
actually
the
build
numbers.
self-
They want those numbers. When you put something like X drug dealer, everybody's like, hey.
Yeah, it's a headlining. Exactly. They don't want to hear the positive story. They want to get the dirt. You know what I'm saying?
But that's why I say, the same way you said, we are, people choose to use it as a negative. The same way we get those little clips and those little they could be positive ones.
Word.
They could be positive ones. Like when I clip this episode up, the fucking 10 clips I have will all be something that somebody can use for somebody. It won't be on some shit where it's probably no. It's you can use this. This can help you. You know, like they have a decision and choice to make, just like everybody else does. And unfortunately, but fortunately, some of this shit is entertaining as fuck though.
It is.
I ain't gonna lie.
It is.
To know that we got like a half dead president, and then we got another one that's an orange head trying to come up next. It's kind of funny, right? Like, where's The Rock at? Where's Joe Rogan at? These niggas should run, right? Like, where are people that are
Rogan
actually
and Rock.
influential
Rogan
in the
and Rock.
culture?
Rogan Rock.
Oh shit! Imagine
Sounds
one
like a
president,
beer,
one
yo.
vice.
Rogan Rock 2024.
Yeah, one president, one vice.
And they would probably actually give him a run of
Nah,
for their money.
my nigga, I know my niggas. Rogan is gonna say to The Rock, listen, just try the mushroom. No, I can't. Just try the listen, I can. I got it. Nobody's here, dog. Try the mushroom. He's gonna take the mushroom. They're gonna be a week in office and quit and say, I can't do this shit. No, because there's too many ties. There's too many people and it's too many times that people get off of shit. Like look at those four black officers that beat up the black guy.
Oh yeah,
Five.
Tyree Nichols.
Five of them. Tyree Nichols. Yeah.
You know, it's crazy when it's a white thing. That story's fucking don't stop.
Mm-hmm.
I see that story in the paper every day for a month.
Word.
When it's black on black shit, that shit was there for 4 days.
Yeah, and that's it. I don't hear about anything anymore. I don't
What
hear
the
about
fuck?
anything anymore, yo. I don't hear about anything anymore.
But I guarantee those fucking cops get the book thrown at them.
I think so too. A lot of people don't feel that way, but I think they will. I think
They got
will.
arrested the next day. If it was white cops beating that Tyree Nichols up,
Yeah.
about 3 months.
Not
months,
even. They
yeah.
would have just got suspended with pay.
Yeah.
And you notice there was another white officer there that didn't get charged till
I think
later.
that was the one that was. I think that was the one that initially called for backup.
Yeah.
And was he filming or some shit?
Yeah.
Yo, these niggas are fucking this nigga up.
He initially called for backup.
It took them like about a week or two later to even get him fired.
Wow.
But he was white.
That's a damn shame, bro. Like all those. Yo, when I didn't even watch the video.
Me neither. I can't watch that shit.
Yeah,
I
I
watched
can't watch.
it.
that
I'm
shit
done
either.
watching this shit with
Yeah, I
brutality.
don't do it.
I'm
I
done.
don't do it. I
I'm
can't
done.
do
You're
it.
not gonna get me no more.
When I saw the Eric Garner one, the dude selling cigarettes in New York,
Yep.
Oh, that got the
when they
chokehold,
headlocked
right?
him, after I watched that one, I said, "Yo, there's no way you could watch something like this going on and think this shit is okay."
That was fear, though.
Like no fucking.
That
way,
was
yo.
fear. That cop was genuinely scared of that man's
Real
size.
shit. Real
He
shit.
saw that man's size. He saw how big he
said, "This
was.
is a big
He said, if
dude."
this dude reacts or goes crazy, he could hurt me.
Yeah.
That was fear. I'm going to go as hard as I can just from the jump. That was fear that
Yeah.
that cop. And that's the problem with these fucking. I hate it. Yo, my uncle's a sheriff. No disrespect, but I don't mean you. These fucking pigs. Yo, you people that lived your life being bullied and you got fear. You shouldn't have no fear when you're a cop. Forget the gun. Forget the gun. You know, at the end of the day, what the Hulk said when they asked him, how do you prevent yourself from getting angry all the time? He turns around and goes, because I am, right? As a cop, you should always know that fear level and the anxiety, that's always there. Military people learn how to deal with it. It's when they come to regular society, they're like, I can't do this shit.
Yeah, I can't do it. I got.
That's why I think military people should be cops. Because they've seen more than we can understand.
They can handle. They can handle these traffic
They
stops.
can handle these
They can
traffic
handle the
stops.
traffic
Israel.
stops.
So why? It'd be different. Even robots. I say it all the time. Like, yo, there should be a robot in the cop's car to approach a vehicle that he pulled over. You pull over a random vehicle, bro. That guy could lose his mind in the moment, get scared in the moment. All these states that are gun carrying states, I feel bad for those police officers that pull over a regular guy and the guy just looks at him and goes, bah!
Yeah, that's
Move
it.
the fuck over. There should be a robot approaching each vehicle. We're at that era. We got drones now. Why the cop can't pull him over? Do. License registration. You hand it over. Do. Give me a ticket. Be on your fucking way. You don't have to have the people interaction. Nobody has to be scared or worried that the cop is going to shoot me. Saw a video the other day. The guy's like, why do you have your hand on the gun? He goes, because I don't know what you're going to do. He goes, wow. Put your hand on the gun.
Wow.
And that's how most officers are. Their first thing is this. Their first thing is
Gotta
that. That's
pull a gun
pussy.
out. Gotta pull a
That,
gun
yo,
out.
y'all niggas ain't no better than the gangsters in the street that just shoot each other because they can. They ain't no better.
It's that level of power, and in certain states, like a lot of these states, like in the country,
Yeah.
in the South, I should say, a lot of it is power, but a lot of it also is I could get away with it. You know
Oh,
what I'm saying?
absolutely.
It's deep. It's a deeply rooted state in
Absolutely.
racism. I
Everybody
could get
knows
away with this.
Sheriff Murdoch. Nah, he wouldn't do that.
Yeah, I could get away with this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the people that he grew up with know him and he interacted with, but not the people that the first time meet him. Got the car, nigger.
Whole departments in a town where everybody knows each other.
Yeah.
Everybody knows.
Those
each
are the
other.
ones.
years.
You know, it was like
These
that.
stories get brushed under the thrown into the rug.
years.
You know where that was at? Mainly at Camden, New Jersey.
Okay.
Everybody knew each other. The department was probably the
Isn't that
most corrupt.
Copland?
It was cop
Copland.
everything. The department was so corrupt that they fired everybody and forced everybody to rehire just to make sure these. Okay, why has everybody died a lot in this specific area of New Jersey?
Yeah.
So they refired everybody, forced them to rehire, got better officers, and it changed the entirety of the department. I think they had a consent decree. Only the fucking president can issue a consent decree. That's pretty much saying the president sees how fucking crazy you guys are.
Now,
Everybody got to go.
Everybody
Camden used to be-
you either gotta fix this shit or I'm gonna fix it.
Camden used to be top 5 in everything negative for like 2
Damn, that's
decades.
Yeah,
horrible.
and because of that
Drugs,
decree,
carjacking, murders.
that was
everything.
like a lot. Everything the society, everything in that area is like 100 times better
Yeah.
because of that consent decree.
Before we get fucking Tupac and Biggie out here talking all this police shit, we do got you in here. Hey, I want to ask you, you do got a long list of respectable shit that you do. You know, like that's awesome. So where does that start? Where does that come from? What was the first I guess first spark that made you be like, oh, I want to do that?
You know, it's crazy. So everybody asked me like, oh, so when did you come to that decision that you wanted to be a filmmaker, right? So I remember I was a kid. I was probably like 8, 9, 10, something around that time. And I was downstairs and I was watching Turtles. I mean, shout out to Raphael. That's the best turtle.
You were watching Ninja Turtles?
I was watching
Which
Ninja
one?
This was way back.
Cartoon?
Probably it was a cartoon.
Oh, okay. I
Way
thought it was
back
one of the
when.
movies.
Yeah, no, way back when. And
Those movies are classic.
They are. I was watching that, and my parents came down, and my uncle was there, and he was like, "Yo, why you love watching that show so much?" And I was like, I went to him, and I picked up a hammer, and I was like, I'm gonna break this and go in the TV and be in that show one day. And my dad was like, nah, no, you're not. He took the hammer, put it down. But when I got older, I started realizing like exactly what I was trying to.
That was the
convey.
box TV
You know what I'm
too,
saying?
B. That was the box TV.
They were
too.
escaping out. They were always escaping and going into the TVs during that time. Commercials, sitcoms. Like, hey, they'd be
Yo, you
like,
might have fit in there if you hit a
they looking at you from the screen like, you looking at me? Yeah,
the box TV, bro.
Word
I
to
can see you.
food,
for your show. Like, yeah. How you talking to me?
My bad, I had to. Okay,
Nah, you good, yo. You good. That's a good point, though. Nah, you good.
Yo, you might have hit that shit. It might have hit you back.
I know the strong ass TVs. You could drop it down the stairs. It still don't shatter. Yeah, nah, you definitely right. But back then, that's when I knew like I definitely wanted to do film. But at the end of the day, it's always been entertainment in general. You know what I'm saying? So
You like to give people something good to look at.
just in anything in terms of entertainment. I used to do music.
Okay.
And then I used to do music. Then I started doing top 10 videos on YouTube after Soulja Boy came out with his Crank That joint. And YouTube was going crazy. I was like,
You took full advantage of it.
I said, let me see. I started studying everything he was doing on YouTube. I said, let me start doing this, right? This is before bloggers and Shade Room and all of that. So I was doing top 10 videos on pop culture, whatever songs was out, whatever movies was out, celebrities, whatever. And they was hitting, bro. Millions of views, hundreds and hundreds of thousands. Vlad TV started posting my stuff. World Star posted one of mine. This is before they started doing fight videos when they was really about hip hop.
So you just randomly picked up the computer and said it like. Hold
I
up.
didn't even buy a camera. I had like a webcam on there. Then I started doing solo videos. When I first hit the top 10, when I had like a flip cam, probably the size of that Red Bull cam. Got it from Craigslist for like $10. We filmed a couple of videos on there. I was editing on some computer program. And then I started doing videos called the face to face where I would talk into the webcam. Those started going up, going up, going up. That's when I was like, you know what, this video production thing is easier to get people to listen to what I got to say when I'm doing a video as opposed to like really trying to market my music. So I just
Good
started
point.
doing, you know what I'm saying? I just started doing more video. And at that point, like,
It's harder for them to listen to it.
it. You said what?
It's more for them to listen to, with a lot of people don't have adjusted ears for music, and our job as entertainers is to find the ones that have adjusted ears to our music, and there's a lot of points to cross: the words, the beat, how you're saying it, how you bring it across, how you perform it. When you're just talking into a camera and giving your opinions, there's only a couple boxes to check.
Exactly. That's exactly right. Plus, like, now it's like I really tip my hat to a lot of like musicians out here that are like really making moves. Because when I was doing music, I like created, I like maximized a few opportunities. A couple doors were open for me, but that just is because I'm naturally like a networker. So like I work really hard. But then it got to the point where I was like, I'm not getting a lot of returns on my investments. You know what I'm saying? I'm putting in a lot of time, a lot of money. I'm doing everything I need to do in terms of networking, building relationships. And it was always a brick wall due to so many politics. You know what I'm saying? My man's doing this. My
not
girl's
what you
doing
know,
that.
it's who you know.
It's who you know. Yeah. And I was just like, nah. So when I started doing film,
He said, I was like, nah, I don't like this.
I couldn't do it. Yo, I couldn't do it anymore because I was going broke.
And then you gotta shake these hands that you may not want to shake all the time, and then going broke is a big deal. Like he got fashion show next week.
Okay.
We had a convo and he asked me to go and I said, it's not really my forte. Then he was like, all right, if you're not gonna go with me, I'm considering going VIP. So I hit him back. I said, nigga, what you considering? You're going to Fashion Week, nigga. Go VIP.
Facts.
You want to be amongst those people that you want to get their attention from. But
Yup.
yeah, it's expensive. You know what I mean? Nigga, pay to be there. To do that 10 times a month?
It's too much. And it got to the point where whenever I would go to like these events to like try to market myself as a brand or whatever, people didn't look at me as a brand. They looked at me as like $1. Yo, what?
How
you
much
do
can I
for
make
me?
off of you?
Yeah, yo, you know, if you throw me like X, Y, and Z, I could do
Yeah,
ABC for you.
Yeah.
And that's when I was like, I can't do it. So when I started my production company and started doing my own productions, it's different now. I could go to the event, see the same people, and now they looking at me like a peer.
What's the name of
How
your
we could work
production
together.
company?
Moonlight Media.
Moonlight Media.
Moonlight Media. Yeah, we did. Shout out to Cradle. We did the music video for him called Best Sex Ever.
Oh, you guys did Best Sex
We
Ever.
did the video for Best
Wait,
Sex Ever.
wait. All right, so damn, we are closer.
Friend of
than
the
you
show, Credo, because we
I
had
know.
Nah, that's good.
That's why I reached out to you when Cradle sent me the link. I was like, oh, I'm about to.
No, because he told me he has a production company. So you're the guys that been doing. That's dope.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
did. I got his documentary sitting in my computer for the chase.
You're editing that one.
Yeah, it's already edited. I just got to make it 5 parts. It's done.
Right, yeah, he used to send me. Me and Cradle are homies. We were actually talking yesterday about basketball, but he. Used
Yeah, I'll
to
be doing the same shit.
Yeah, that's my man. So he sent me clips of like, yo, how do you feel about the documentary? This and that. I was like, yo, that shit looks good. Like, keep it going. So you're editing.
Yeah, I
That's
edited
what
the
it
documentary.
is.
Yeah,
That's
it's
dope.
it's like fucking an hour and a half long. So I got to make it 5
That's
parts.
dope.
So this week
Nah, it's gonna, yo, it's gonna. When I tell you this. I don't say this about a lot of people, right? So I look at myself as like an elite creative. I just feel like the things.
School?
that I
No
think
school?
Of, no, I'm all self-taught. Never went to film school. I'm all self-taught. It can
Take
definitely be
that.
done.
Department of Education.
$100,000 I gotta owe you after college.
That's another.
you.
Yeah, that's another issue why I didn't go to film school either. I was like, it's just too expensive. So I'm self-taught. I learned everything either through experience or shadowing other people. Just being a sponge.
YouTube tutorials.
YouTube was a big thing. But I feel like when I look at myself as like an elite creative, right? Just because of the things that I know I can accomplish creatively, but also about what I can do tangibly, like my work ethic, my skill set, whatever.
How hard you work.
Exactly. And I can honestly say, like, when I look at Cradle, I feel like he's me, but for music. You know what I'm saying?
No, he's a beast.
Yeah, so
He
it's
don't-
like,
he don't play.
He like the sacrifices that I make to do to get to where I need to go. I see he makes the same ones, and I don't see that from a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Like some people may be passionate about what they do.
That has nothing to do with nothing.
Exactly. You know what I'm
And,
saying?
hard work beats talent when talent don't work hard.
And that's it. They may be passionate, but they lack a lot of
Yeah,
things. You know what I'm saying?
you could talk for hours about how much you want to be a rap star. It doesn't mean shit.
Doesn't mean shit. You know what I'm
Because those
saying?
hours that you spend talking, you could go ahead and go be that rap star.
Yup.
You know
exactly.
what I'm saying? Like that's the difference. Like,
And I've even met people that be about it and not just talk about it, but they be about it in all the wrong ways. So they be making the moves to get to where they need to go, but then they treat people like shit. You know
and
what I'm
that's
saying?
the problem. The ignorance, the arrogance. It's one thing you could be confident. This is what I do.
Yup.
But it's another thing to hold the casp over somebody like, yo, you ain't gonna be like me, or you can't do this like me, or that's different.
Yup.
And that's what most people do when they're as soon as they start winning, little bit of winning, people think that they the shit. There's people that there's friends I've got that blown up on TikTok that don't answer my number no more.
Yup.
What you getting, bro? $500 a month from TikTok? Shut the fuck up. The fuck up, bro.
You with me with like social media, it's like I'm not making like a crazy lie. Like I post on Instagram,
Yeah, but
I'm
you're
part
humble.
of the
You're different. You're
Like,
humble, nigga.
I'm-
You answer my phone call, we talk, we pod.
like
This nigga act like he's making millions of dollars. He don't answer my phone call, nothing. I'm like, what happened?
Once they start getting money, they start acting funny. But what were you saying?
like I'm part of like the partner thing for like Instagram, you know, your real
For the reels
thing.
and all that?
Yup, and that's also I just got renewed to get gifts for my Instagram now, like as of
Okay.
yesterday. So it's starting to get there. I could get stars now on Facebook. So it's like a lot of great side income, and it's all part of my LLC now. Like, cause I just started LLC back in June of last
Okay.
year.
Congratulations. Word.
Thank you. So it's like just pushing out the brand. It's called When Pigs Fly. Because, you know, my whole brand is everything pigs. And, you know, the mantra is like, if they don't believe you, they will believe you when pigs fly.
They will exactly. No, that's definitely
That's dope.
No, that's definitely dope. No, that's definitely keep it up, man. But yeah, nah. So that's pretty much it. Shout out to Cradle again because he's
Wolfpack.
Wolfpack. He's the leading actor in my upcoming film Daily Bread.
He just told me that he landed a big role. So that was you
no,
again.
no. That Daily Bread's already done.
Okay,
But he must have landed something with somebody else. But
Okay. Oh, but you
his
have
song
him in
his song is in Uncle Rufus's Last Request on Tubi with Omar Gooding, Nakia Dillard.
Yeah, I saw that. He
Bruce,
posted.
Bruce. Yeah. His song is in
fucking
there.
awesome.
The
Remember
Chase.
Omar Gooding, man, from Wild and Crazy Kids?
I
That
know.
dude came all the way, man.
What?
Yo,
That's
you
so
remember that?
crazy.
Wild and Crazy Kids?
I haven't seen
from
that.
That
on
show
Nickelodeon?
was
Oh, yeah,
classic.
yeah.
boy.
Wow.
I said, yo, you come that far. And then, you know, Blast and Shell, Snoop Dogg, and Baby Boy. He went like, oh, I can't do it. Let's go.
That's when TV. That's when children's TV used to be golden, boy.
Yeah, they used to have mad raunchy shit in our television back in the days. Like, you wouldn't get it, and then when you see it, like,
When you're older, you're like, hold up.
hold up. Is that what they meant?
Yo, so congratulations with everything, you know,
Thank
with
you,
Moonlight
man.
Media and stuff. What's anything coming up in the future? Any projects you're working on?
So Daily Bread is dropping in May, but we are gonna have a private screening in March. You two are definitely invited. I'll send you the details. It's probably gonna be. I'm not even gonna say the location. I'll just tell you when I get the details
All right, no problem.
solidified. But I got that dropping this year. I got another film drop. It's a martial arts film called The Karate Weirdo. I didn't write or direct that. I just shot it. I DP'd that. I shot it. That's dropping at some point this year. I just gotta wait on word from the director. And Purple Velvet Fur, I assistant directed
Yeah,
that.
you
That's
busy,
dropping out later
busy,
this
busy.
year.
That's true. I
So,
got
yeah, I work. Yeah, I do a lot. I
It's
do a lot.
things like that
yo.
that motivate me to want. I got to go my crap because you know I only had my business for like 6 months, and it's like I have all these ideas. It's just for me as well. Like I don't know how to like truly execute everything. Like I have in my head what I want. It's like damn, but what type of channel will lead me to what I want? That's like my issue because it's like I'm working on
I
like
don't think you'll ever know, Rich.
you know you don't ever know.
You gotta water all those seeds.
Like I got the yo-yo content that's doing good. I got my music that I've been like working on like very heavily. I got this clothing line that I'm working on. I got like stuff in the summertime for like different festivals and different charities and fundraisers I'm a part of, and I just want it to all be like just successful as like any other brand. Like to be the first like independent performance artist, like yo-yo rapper. how can I personify that with my, my LLC, my sole proprietorship?
Honestly, I think you're in a really good position. So when we were talking off camera before the show, and you were telling me about like how you cross
Take
promote
notes,
with
people.
other,
He about to drop
how you
knowledge.
cross promote with like other brands, like the restaurants and things like that. Are you editing those videos yourself?
Yes.
Put your music in the background. Wear your clothes in the commercial. Pass them out when you go there and you meet the restaurant owner or the business, whoever you're networking with or meeting with to collaborate with. Give them some articles of your stuff. Give them some samples of your music.
I give them mostly yo-yos because that's something they more identify with.
I mean,
go.
but
You
he's
can do
smart
that,
because
you know
his
what I'm saying?
yo-yo's got the QR code on them.
There you go.
So,
So
like
it's
business
something
cards.
that's with him and with him.
There you go. You know what I'm saying?
And they love it. They everywhere. Like haven't yet to meet. Actually, I lied. There's one guy that I gave you, and he kind of sunned me. But that was
Wait,
years ago.
what?
Yes.
Who doesn't
I ain't
like
gonna
receiving
mention
a
the
free
name.
gift?
I literally gave him a yo-yo, and he was like, "Yeah, it was one of those assholes that was at an open mic, and he had sunglasses on, and
Didn't you say
dark-
Joyner? Didn't you say Joyner did that to you too?
Oh yeah, Joyner Lucas did that to me. Fuck him too.
Wait, I need to hear this story. I need to hear this story. Just like my man said, we want to hear the drama.
You
We
don't
want to
wanna
hear the
tell it. Look at his
negativity.
face, look at his
I want to
face.
hear this story.
All right, just to give a long story
Uh-huh.
short, pretty much,
Fuck you, Joyner.
I told him that you only
you.
get one chance to meet your favorite.
This is one of his
Idol
favorite.
or whatever.
Yeah,
What?
this is.
It was at a meet and greet in SOBs in
Okay.
2017.
He's
So
performing.
he performed. He did, great sound. Never knock him. He's a great performer.
Mm-hmm.
I met him at the meet and greet. I said, "You only get one chance to be your favorite artist. I was wondering if I could do yo-yo tricks for you." And just like by this whole demeanor was like, "Oh, what the fuck is a yo-yo trick?" And that just stung me hard.
Yo, in
then
front
I-
of everybody else.
Yep. And I
Yeah,
end up doing the trick. I do the trick, and he's not even like looking at me as I'm doing the trick. And he just like in a very monotone voice, "Wow, that was the greatest thing I've ever seen." And then he's like, the other guy, and then there's one of his assistants like, "All right, there's this way." And my job, I was supposed to get a
Sick, nigga.
signed autograph.
How much you pay for the meet and greet?
It was like extra 3. It was like in total 50 with the concert.
Oh, that's not bad.
That's not
That's
bad.
not bad at all.
That's
That's,
why I was
that's
really
why
mad.
he was like that though.
But even though the money wasn't expensive, the experience will last you the rest of your life.
Yes.
And
As
that's
it
what's
has.
fucked up.
That was 2017, and
After you,
he's
Jordan Lucas, you're a great artist, but you're an asshole as a person.
I've had some situations where I've met celebrities before, and they definitely went south. No.
that's why they say never meet your heroes.
that is true.
Never meet
That
your
is true.
heroes.
But,
They-
but anybody that's a fan of me, you can always meet me. I'm never gonna be a Jordan Lucas to you. You get
You-
a yo-yo trick. You have, like sometimes I get bombarded when I'm like in crowds and they'll be like, "Oh, how can you do all the dog?" And then they'll be, "Oh, you don't have the baby. Can you do this?" I'm like, "All right, I'll do it all in one go." I was
Yo,
like,
son,
I'll
but
sit there
imagine-
and wait.
nigga, but yo,
You're gonna meet him one day. Like
Good.
you and Joyner are gonna meet again one day, and
That's-
when you're gonna be on a completely different level that you are now than you are now, and when you meet and tell him that story, I bet you he's gonna be back. Oh, yo, bro, my bad, yo, it was a crazy day.
yo,
bro,
can I
my
put you
bad.
in the next video? But yo, you better thug him. You better thug him. You better thug him.
What?
You better tell that
What's
nigga
your
no.
What's your budget? What's your budget?
You better thug him.
What's
Before we get out of here, because I know he said another guest here. What was your first big break?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Yeah, like what was your first because it's one thing to do this. It's another thing to get paid. It's another thing to really get paid. What was your first big break? Because your accolade list is crazy.
You know, it's wild. So my apartment is nothing but trophies in there.
Talk to him.
So it's nothing but I've won 18. I've won 18 trophies so far. Oh, 18 awards so far.
For filming?
So for films.
Oh yeah, you were born
And
with
last
this shit.
year alone, I won 16.
Oh yeah, you were born
The
with this
first
shit.
movie that Feed, that's the first movie that Cradle put his music in. I met him at a meet and greet for DJ Chase and Johnny Flaw. Shout out to them. And Cradle was performing at Chase, and I was like, "Yo, I gotta."
My fault.
You good?
Oh.
Yeah, you keep talking. I'll get it.
So wait, yeah,
That's $50 right there.
my bad. Oh, this part good.
Gilly's good playing with the stick. He got it.
There you go. Good. So I just walked up to Cradle, introduced myself. I told him I had a spot in the film that needed, what I'm saying, like a little 15-second spot for some music. He said he would send it, put it in the film. The film won 10 awards. So Yeah,
Shit.
yeah.
Damn.
It was on Amazon. Yeah,
Oh, Amazon.
It did its thing. But
Damn.
to answer your question, I'm gonna make this quick. 'Cause I know you guys got another guest. So I was doing the YouTube
He's
stuff.
sitting in his car. Go ahead.
I told you, he's in the car cooler.
Yeah,
He said he's
yeah.
in the car cooler.
I know
He's all right.
this is,
Bet.
you know, I love people that have a story, and not only that, still living their story. You know,
Facts.
so right now for me, this is like me being part of your story, and because these moments, you know, I like to make the most of them.
Yes.
You know, me first meeting you, I love the fact that you work so hard. I love people like that because I work hard. There's not many of us. A lot of people
It's
just
not,
sit around.
It's not. Word.
So when you find something you love and you work hard, the best that you could give to people, like in my opinion, is just the how, why, where. Because all they get is our work. But they don't get the engineering and the mental and the struggle that
All
comes
the stuff
behind
that you
it.
see
They only see the top of the glacier, but not what's under the ocean.
Exactly.
Which is a lot bigger.
Exactly. You know?
Just me. So that's a testament to what you were saying, because it's like, I can tell you work hard. If I don't know anything else about you, I know you work hard, because this is the second time I've met you and you're working in both capacities. You know what I'm saying? So you did the Cradle event. You was the host and the interviewer, and now you're doing the podcast.
Hey, we got a pod coming out tomorrow. The audio's up today. I just edited and put 7 clips out yesterday.
And you're doing his documentary, so I know
Yeah,
you
yeah, of course.
in the work.
I
I,
got-
already know you be doing the
I'm
damn thing,
the
you know what I'm
out
saying?
there in the streets.
I
Yo,
already
you in
know.
somewhere.
Yeah, I
that's-
can't be like him in the streets because I've learned I'm reckless. Learned my you know what I'm saying?
I'm reckless.
I'd rather stay home and stay occupied with the work that I know how to do, because being in the streets, I just haven't learned how to be comfortable all the way all the time.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I get
But that's fine,
claustrophobic
man.
people.
That's
But your first opportunity,
Oh,
your
all
first
right,
big one.
bet. I digress, right? So check it.
Nah, we just good conversation, so it just goes everywhere.
That is true. That is true. So I was doing the YouTube thing, and on my YouTube channel, I do film reviews for one of my series, right?
Okay.
They're all spoiler free, so people can watch it whenever they want. I don't give no spoilers out. Anyway, I was on Facebook one time, and I got a message, and dude hit me up and was like, "Yo, would you be interested in doing a reality TV show?" And I was like, I never did a reality TV show before, but I'm like, you know what? I'm a capable individual. I always learn something. I can figure this shit out. So I was like, yeah, sure, why not? So he invited me to the spot. We chose a day to get there. Come to find out, it was a family in Patterson, a huge family in Patterson. Like they have like a ton of businesses, but it's Fetty Wap's family. So it's like Fetty, his cousin, and Fetty's uncle. And they pretty much, the uncle and the cousin, they run the father is a detective for many years. He's retired now. I think he retired like 2 years ago. But at the time, he was a detective for Patterson. They own a car wash. Shout out to Jay's Car Wash. They own a laundromat, and now they own a fish truck. And the fish truck is huge. Like Funk Flex has been there. Like it's been on the news, all of that. So anyway, we got there. We met up with the family. Instant connection.
So this was just an opportunity. Somebody asked you and
Somebody
you took
was
it.
watching my YouTube videos and just randomly DM me, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, work, ladies and gentlemen.
Real shit. So I didn't know much about film production at the time. I
Really?
knew like the basic stuff. Like I knew how to edit and I knew basic stuff, but I didn't know like anything about lenses. I didn't know any specs.
Aperture, lighting,
nothing.
all that.
I didn't even have a tripod, bruh. When I used to film before, like the flip cam would be like on the table, like on like something like that, like
Yeah,
Tupperware,
yeah.
just to keep it stationary.
Leveled.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't know anything about the like everything in here now. I know exactly what I'm looking at. Right?
Exactly.
I knew the camera that you guys were
Yep,
shooting with
yep,
before.
yep.
I didn't know any of that. So the girl I was with at the time, we're no longer together, but she was like, "Yo, I got a camera. I bought it when I was in college. I'm not using it, so you could use it." I took that camera. It was a T6, a Canon Rebel T6.
Oh wow, she set you up. All right.
Yeah, so I mean, I had that camera. I watched a 3-hour YouTube video on how to
Use it.
and I learned about aperture and everything. The same day, me and my business partner, shout out to Jen D Cam, we started Moonlight Media after we got that gig, and I've just been rocking with them the whole time. And I just got, since Fetty was on the show, he was so connected, that just led to so many more opportunities. I started shooting for Power 105. I shot for Navarro, the lawyer from Love and Hip Hop, like one of his artists. I shot for like so many people, you know what I'm saying? So that was essentially the big break. You know what I'm saying? That was, and I always tell people, you'll never know where it's gonna come
No,
from.
no,
Never know.
you won't.
You'll never know who's watching your content. You'll never know.
You won't. But the biggest takeaway from all that, from just the entire sit down, is the work. You gotta work. Like, you do that amazingly. You just work. But like, for everybody that, even if you don't know what the fuck you're doing, do it.
Do it.
Just do it. Like, we're in an era where, like you said, the phone is the best tool we have. Just do it. Do it. Put it out. And as you do it, notice how to get better. Learn from the peers, people around you, people you idolize. Learn from what they're doing. You know what I mean? Like, it's not about a competition. It's never about, like, how fast you get to the end of the race.
That's
but let's
true.
get to the end of the race.
Word.
You want to figure out at least where the end of the race is, right? You don't want to be going zigs and zags and up and down. You want to know where the end is.
But you still, at the end of the day, you still have to appreciate the journey. And I think,
Hell yeah.
and I know you guys have definitely run into this situation. So when you're on your journey, whether it's fashion, podcasting, you want to be an architect, whatever it is, right? You're going to be meeting people that are on the same journey with you, but as you keep ascending, you're going to see people drop off.
Of course.
Life happens, you know what I'm saying? They have deaths in their family,
not
they
the-
lose their
it's not
job,
the-
they lose
it's not-
their husband, their wife, whatever.
Or just motivation.
Or just more, yeah, I'm not making enough money, bro. I got to go.
And money's a big motivator for people.
It is. But that's, I think, what the problem is. If you let the money drive you, I mean, all of us want to get paid for what we're doing creatively. We all want to get paid. I get that. That's the end goal. You know what I'm saying? But that can't be your ultimate driving factor. Because those first few years, when you putting in that work and you grinding, you ain't gonna get no returns.
I mean, if it is your ultimate driving factor, just know what kind of person you're gonna become.
Correct.
You're gonna take shortcuts. You're gonna go for every opportunity available. You might be shooting OnlyFans in 6 months. You know, like you're gonna go ahead, and because you want money so bad, you're gonna go ahead and do anything for it.
Anything for it.
If that's your purpose in this, then it can be a part. It can't be the purpose, though.
I agree. I definitely agree. It can't be. Yeah. And that's the first thing. So after that gig came around and I was, you know what I'm saying, the company was growing, everybody used to come to me and be like, yo, like, I want to start my YouTube. Like, there's kids out here making millions of dollars just reviewing toys. Like, teach me how to create a YouTube. So there was a time during the lockdown that I was charging people to take these virtual classes on how to start a YouTube, right? And the first thing that 95% of the people that would tell me would be, I just want to get rich. I think I could go viral. And that was like their only goal. When it came down to, you got to edit this, you got to get the tags right, the descriptions right, everything has to be in sync for this algorithm. Nobody wanted to do it. You got to study your analytics. Once you tell somebody about analytics, you can tell.
They're like,
You're speaking a whole other language.
Yeah, because they be like, I don't care about who's watching.
I want to get
it.
viral. We used to be afraid of
I
viral.
was watching.
Viral disease. You know what I mean? We used to be afraid of viral. Now niggas just want that shit.
Everybody wants to be viral, and then it leads to people standing on tables and shit because they want to like just do anything for views, licking ice cream in the supermarket and shit.
The milk crate challenge.
The milk crate challenge. Oh my god, yo, bro. Oh my god.
It was
the
like,
milk
why?
crate challenge.
I almost attempted to do that.
You would though, Rich.
Chill.
My life.
I would do the milk crate challenge if there was nothing but like padding in beds under the crate.
Nah, nigga, I'm Puerto Rican, yo. I'm zip tying all the milk crates. Nobody
Oh,
gonna know that.
true,
I'm
that's
Puerto
true.
Rican. Nobody
That's
gonna know that.
True. They ain't going nowhere, boy.
I ain't doing up to like 8 crates. I'm going like half that.
Word, real
I ain't going
talk.
fucking mountainside and fall on my ass and die for a video. Are you kidding me?
Oh my god, the milk crate.
But it is true though, you know, you weed out the bullshit when you can recognize, you know, what people's agendas are. If your agenda is genuinely growth, you're gonna find it. If you're working and your agenda is growth, you're gonna find it. You know, but like you said, having the materialistic purposes are really hard to avoid,
Yeah,
especially when we all got starving stomachs.
facts.
You know what I mean? None of us come from fucking,
Word,
you know, regardless, like none of us comes from millionaire, billionaire shit. So it's like we got starving stomachs. You know, like it's hard for them to tell us not to want to go buy that car, not to want to go flex, not to go chase that dollar.
Yep.
It's real hard for you to tell me that when I've been sitting here 30-something years of my life behind that. So, you know, it comes with a level of humbling yourself.
Word.
Have those riches, but know that you can buy that car, knowing you don't have to. You can buy that house, but I don't have to.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's really about humbling yourself. And that's why the richest people in the world stay rich, nigga, and that's why they got no life, because they just work. They love the fact they got this money, and they love the fact that this work keeps them stable. Imagine taking Elon Musk, and imagine if Elon Musk was a bum. He'd be a genius. Everybody's credit cards be scammed. Everybody's car be robbed, but he won't never take nothing. He'd just be like, I could do it.
Yep. That's it.
I could do it.
And that's it. And that's it, yo. I tell you now, it's the way it's set up is crazy. It's
Yo,
crazy.
Ab, where can they find you? Where can they find all your stuff?
Hit me on Instagram, ABWONUNO. You can hit me on TikTok, The Real Ab1. That's The Real, pronounced the way it's supposed to be. I mean, spelled the way it's supposed to be spelled. And then Ab1 is ABWON.
Nice.
I'm trying to get that shortened to just AB, but you know, Antonio Brown, the football player, got that handle. And then somebody's got the Ab1 handle. I don't even know who it is. His profile's been on private, and he hasn't posted anything in like 4 years. So I'm trying to like.
Eventually, Instagram will clear.
Yeah, they need to clear that out so I could take that.
Well,
You know, and Instagram's so smart because they don't answer nobody.
They sure don't.
They don't answer nobody. They don't deal with it. I wouldn't be surprised if
Unless you're Kanye.
unless you kind. Even then, I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't have to pay a lawyer to get a response.
To get in touch with them. Yeah.
Because after so long, like we don't have the money for it. But if we were asking them a question, we could subpoena them if we have like motherfucker answer the goddamn question.
Yeah.
But they won't do it because they don't have to.
Yeah.
They don't really have a boss. That's why these like platforms are just. These social media platforms are really 50-50 on what devil and God is, yo. Like, it's really like, because they can sway anything they want to. Elon just fucking showed that a majority of Twitter was Russian bots.
Yeah, that's it.
Putting up Russian. That's fucked up.
Yeah. I'm going to say this before we get up out of here.
Yeah, talk to him.
Check out this documentary just to make a point of what you were saying about the bots and social media. Check out this documentary on Netflix. It's called The Great Hack, HACK, The Great Hack. And it takes place before Trump wins the presidency. And they talk about remember when Facebook got sued because of all that privacy stuff they were doing?
Yep. Yeah, because they didn't want to. Mark Zuckerberg was refusing to reveal the fact that he gave up information to companies like Cambridge so that they can go ahead and do advertisement on the things we like. Yeah, that's what
they talk about all of that, and they talk about essentially how social media platforms take your information and manipulate what you see on your timeline.
Absolutely.
So they would say, this is back when Blue Lives Matter was like really big. So they would go on, let's say your you said your uncle's a sheriff?
Yeah.
They would go on your profile. Oh, he's got a sheriff that's an uncle. Okay, we're going to go to your sheriff's page, and they're going to put everything on his timeline about people disrespecting police. But everything on your timeline is going to be about F the police. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then they would manipulate people with these ads for politics and things like that. And it created such a divide, and it actually materialized in the votes when people were voting.
Absolutely.
They were showing, people that had Blue Lives Matter on their page voted for Trump. And it was crazy. Like, it's so... People really don't think the media can really change the way people think, but media has a lot more power.
It may not happen right away, but over time.
If they said it was going to snow, everybody runs to the fucking market. They run to the market like they're nuts. And then they go in the last, it dodged us.
Yep. I'm telling you, that's power. That's power.
That's power.
That's power.
These social platforms, news, all power.
That's power.
And God forbid you be somebody like Jamal Khashoggi. You know, he got kidnapped by the Dubai prince and killed because he was over here talking about what goes on in his country, what goes on and the inequality and all this shit. And Jamal Khashoggi went to a meeting. 9 people They negotiated a kidnap. He was trying to go back to his room. They kidnapped him, threw him in a van. Nobody ever saw him again.
Wow.
Wife was like, yo.
Still looking for him.
Wife was like, yo, he went away for like half an hour. He said he was going to the room. Never made it to the room. Because he was voicing a real opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what, yo, they will get you. They will get you. And you know what's messed up? They don't follow the laws. You know, the law of any religion, it's don't kill the messenger, listen to the message. They don't follow that law. Because if I was bringing a dope message, but in my background, I'm a criminal in any type of fucking way, they're coming after me. And that's the thing that's going to get shown so that people can see that side of me and not see the message I'm trying to preach.
Yeah.
And that's the shit that, like, you know, if Andrew Tate wasn't a misogynistic, slave-owning dude.
Okay, we're going a little far.
If he wasn't, though, his message is great. If the Liver King wasn't a liar and took steroids to get his body, his message is great. That's the whole dichotomy of what social media and these things do. Your message could be fucking awesome, but who you are is gonna come full surface.
Yep. That's what dictates how your message is perceived.
Go ahead, Rich. Welcome out, baby.
Well, on that note, thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe to the channel, What's Up Everybody Podcast. You know, go to the Instagram, What's Up Everybody Pod. I'm Richie Loves Yo-Yos on Instagram. That's Fuma Mucho.
Hey, yo.
Thank you, award-winning AB, for pulling up.
Yeah.
Very good session. Please like, please subscribe, give us all a follow. You know, we got a lot more amazing content on the way, so stay tuned. Peace, love, and yo-yos to you all.
All right.